starting off with Loadout for the keyless run. There are a couple things you can do. Personally, the Redrebel is a very nice thing to have if you can afford one. They're currently going for 4 million. I've seen them for 3. Pretty solid. If you can't get it, you know, it's really whatever. Don't need this because we are doing keyless. I would bring a Vaseline. This is a very cost-efficient 1-slot painkiller. Lasts for a little longer. Less dehydration, less energy used for use, and it has 6 uses, so pretty solid. I would bring a stack of ammo for whatever gun you're using. I would lean towards cheaper guns that can use good rounds. Some examples of this would be the Vepr Hunter with M61, or M80 even, or the SKS with BP. PS can work. BP is pretty expensive, but you're only really risking 20 in the mag. The rest is in your container. I would just say to bring BP, man. You can take down 2-3 man squads, take down single geared players. I mean, this round is really just really powerful at the moment. And for, see how much this gun flees for 12k, I mean, you really can't get better than that. For rig, because we are going to be extracting from the manhole, I would bring the azimuth. As far as the azimuth, there are a couple of colors it comes in. You can get black if you want to. Black's a little bit more expensive for whatever reason, so I just buy the Serpat one. You're going to get 20 slots for 20k, not bad. I'd bring a pair of headphones. Headphones are optional, but especially since you're not running armor on this run, and you do have the SKS, getting the drop on someone or using audio to your advantage can be one of your biggest strengths. As far as the gamma, once again, it's just going to be the Vaseline, just going to be the BP. The IFAC that I usually do bring with me, it's pretty cheap on the flea, but if you are a little poor, don't want to bring it, just put it in your case. I mean, it's only taking up another slot. You just grab it. Personally, when I get shot at, going in my inventory to grab my meds out like this really kills me a lot of the time. I at least like to have the hemostat hotbarred just so I can stop those heavy bleeds immediately. But personally, 14k, not a huge big deal. Not a big deal. I just put it on my hotbar. It's 14k. First off, I'm going to show you guys the run that requires no keys. You can come in with a hatchet. You can come in with one of the kits I showed you. You come in with your Redrebel. You can come in with the rig. I'm going to show you guys the rig because I think this is the best for the keyless run. Once again, this is a 20k rig with 20 slots in it. Very solid. And this spawn is generally what I'm aiming for on the keyless runs because I think this is like the most efficient path you can take. This is going to be behind the Black Knight in the night garages. And we're going to focus on duffel bags and jackets. So running forward for our first duffel bag. These are very underrated. Their loot tables are pretty insane. You can find labs cards, gold rings, rollers, skull rings, bitcoins, gold chains, Evasion armbands, streamer items. All these are going to be extremely profitable 1-slots. Cyclones, all kinds of stuff. I mean, really check every duffel bag. Now we're going to run into the night. Go around the corner. Check in this room. Sometimes there can be loose industrial loot, whatnot. You might need these for your hideout. Check in there. Filing cabinets, also SSDs, diaries, flash drives, all kinds of good stuff can spawn in these. These are optional. I think these really slow the run down, so I usually skip these unless I'm really needing money or like some extra loot to top off my run. Once again, these are optional, but they can be profitable if you do take the time and have the patience. Toolbox. Toolboxes always loot toolboxes. Toolboxes are going to have thermometers and water filters, all kinds of good industrial loot that is going to vendor and flee for pretty decent. We're going to have 3 jackets in this room and a duffel bag. Obviously in jackets you're looking for keys. Keys are very common. I find a lot of factory keys, a lot of marked keys. These are going to be great 1-slots. I'm going to put some good keys you can find on the screen that you don't even need to be found in raid. I just throw them in my dog's case. One's going to be the military checkpoint key for customs. This is going to vendor for 60k and it's very common. And the ZB14 key is going to vendor for around 20k. And it's also going to be found in these jackets. Very common. Doesn't need to be found in raid. Next, I would normally around the corner with a duffel bag. If you do choose to, you can go upstairs. There's going to be some loot attachments, but I do find it to be kind of a waste of time. Another toolbox. Going to run across. Just remember, time is of the essence on these runs. There's going to be other players on the map. You're going to want to be in and out, in and out. That's how you make money from this. Open this door. 2 more jackets. Another duffel bag. Another jacket. We're going to go upstairs. 2 more jackets. Stairs again. Another jacket. In the store. Another duffel bag. Downstairs. Toolbox. Jacket. Toolbox. At this point, a lot of my runs are already done. I've already found a good key. I've already found some random loot. Have like 200k, and it's been like 3-4 minutes, and I can just run out here, and I can go straight there, take the manhole if I wanted to, just right there behind those boxes. If you don't know already, the manhole can be extracted from if you have just a vest on. You can now have a backpack or a certain body armor, I'm pretty sure. But if you're not full yet and you want to see the rest, or you got a different spawn, you could run into the queen, or what I like to call the server building. You come upstairs. You're gonna have a duffel bag right here. Have a duffel bag right here. Remember, loot all the duffel bags. You might go dry 100 duffel bags, but 1 duffel bag will pay off. On these shelves right here, MGTs, MCBs, military cables on these shelf 2, radios, all very valuable loot. And I would usually run back through here, go through the gymnasium, ignore everything in here, not much. On these, more military tech right here, as you can see, a lot of people don't check this because they don't know. Loot phases in these ACEs, vertexes, RFIDs, graphics cards, Tetrises, all kinds of really good stuff. This one as well, same deal, spawns inside. On this chair, I've seen military cables. I have heard that G cards can spawn in here. I usually skip this room because I never find anything. And I do skip the upstairs as well because I like to make this run as fast as possible. Next, I'm going to be running into the medical building. You're going to have a military carrier here if you wish to check it. Some loose ammo spawns, PS, junk, more box, another duffel bag. It's a big one. You're going to go upstairs. CMS kits can spawn right there. This room, loose med loot. This room's pretty big too. You can find Saluas, you can find stims all over the ground. The roof is pretty good on this building too, but I usually skip it. I go right here. Attachments on there. Jump off. This is another place that's often overlooked. This is in the drop-down building. 2 more jackets. Go back through here. Go to the store. Another duffel bag. Go to this rafter up here. Another one crate. 3rd floor. Obviously, you can drop if you want. If you don't know about this already, you can jump out the window. Drop right here. We're gonna have 2 more computers. Another duffel bag. PSU. LCD, Tetrises, graphics cards, all kinds of good stuff can spawn in here. This room is definitely worth checking. And usually what I would do, jump out the window, right here. I have another jacket right here. Another duffel bag. You can see a million jackets, a million duffel bags, all kinds of good stuff. We haven't needed a single key yet. Another computer right there if you want to check it. Coming in here. These shelves, extremely underrated, extremely overlooked. You're going to find MCBs, power, or military cables, power filters, all kinds of good military tech. And the same is for this room. We're also going to have another duffel bag all along these shelves. Definitely worth checking. Should be noted that this is an offline raid. So the loot spawns are going to be a little bit worse than an online raid, but I'm just trying to give you the idea of where you should look. Check the window, into the marked building, to the black pawn. It's not really much to loot in here as far as keyless, in my opinion. I usually just kind of skim through, maybe check that duffle, maybe go see if anyone left anything marked, because sometimes people can't carry stuff. And I'm going to run up the stairs. Check this crate right here. These big green crates spawn Redrebels, can spawn slicks, full health body armor, pretty solid. Filing cabinet if you need a little bit more stuff. The window. This building is pretty solid. It's going to be white pawn. And then here, I've often found BP, BT ammo on these crates in here. Good ammo spawns. Another duffel bag, definitely worth checking. Moving on to the roof. We have another duffel bag. Right here, iridium, military cables, radios, all kinds of military tech can spawn. You're gonna have 3 more jackets. You're gonna have ammo. You're gonna have good attachments. I found validays, good suppressors, good optics, just good attachments in general. Definitely check this spot right here. This has made me a ton of money. Grenade case, more attachments. And this is just gonna be a couple more crates. Sometimes I skip these because these don't really give me that much. But yeah, this is it for this building. And that's pretty much it for the run, the keyless run. You can really mash this into your own path. You can take the path I showed you. You can really do whatever you want with this one. Just wanted to show you guys where I think most of the good loose loot spots are. Moving on to the rest of the map. Usually my run would be done by then, but if you're still looking for more loot, there is more loot to be found. So, we're going to go up to the dome. This is definitely worth checking. This room is often overlooked. You're going to have a computer and a safe, no key required, and some filing cabinets. Once again, filing cabinets, I don't prefer them just because of how long they take to loot, but there is money to be made. So then usually I run into the dome. Check this. Down these steps towards the D2 bunker, but we're not going to go straight into the D2 bunker yet. And the toolbox. Attachments, definitely worth checking. Some ammo can spawn in here. And then right through. A wooden crate. Toolbox, 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 4 more toolboxes. Intelligence can spawn all along this. And another safe. Should be noted there is 2 more jackets within the actual D2 extract, but I almost rarely go in here. There's people camping, there's people extracting, very dangerous. It should also be noted that this area, as being a path to the D2, can also be very dangerous. So, as you can see, water filter all along here, tubes, water filters, FP100s, fuel can spawn down here. Definitely worth checking. Another water filter, just good for your hideout. Watch out for campers right here. People can sit on top of this door, top of this light, top of this box. Let's sit here. After you come through the door, always something to look out for. You're going to have a technical crate, a medical crate, and a ration crate, and 2 more military crates. This room, once again, very dangerous. This is a very high traffic area. I would rarely come down here, but if you're willing to risk it, these crates can be very profitable. Come to the door. All of these desks can spawn intelligence. This crate right here, the military crate. All of these desks can spawn intelligence. There's another military crate back in that corner. Smash the glass, the door, filing cabinets. Gonna hit the lights. All of these, very high chance to spawn radios, MGTs, military cables, power filters, all kinds of good stuff. And you're gonna have another tool crate right here. As far as keyless, there is more duffel bags and more jackets in the map, but I find these to be the most accessible and the safest for the most part, excluding D2 obviously. And I think overall this run can easily net you 200 to 300k, maybe even 500 to 600k depending on your luck. Maybe find a couple military tech items. Overall, very little risk. You know, risk in like 10k, 20k, 30k risk right here, and a very high reward. The main takeaway from this video should be making money is not finding the graphics cards and the bronze lions and all of this stuff. It's finding the capacitors and the CPU fans and the DVDs and the hard drives, all these things that are worth 10k each. You get a backpack full of them and you get out. That's like 200k, 300k of just absolutely nothing. You don't need the big items. You don't need to contest the big loot spots. You can lay low. You can loot the jackets and the duffel bags and the filing cabinets, and you can have just as good as a run as someone who's fighting 10 people for a graphics card spawn on interchange.